And we're live. Welcome to season 3 of the SoReal Sports podcast with your host, the CEO / owner of SoReal Studios LLC, Lamar Segment, and my partner in crime all the time, Reggie Walker. What's going on, bro?
Season 1, 2, 3. Count them up. We done did this thing, baby. We done did it. 3 seasons.
3 seasons. Season 3. Some seasons don't last this long, but we did. So, can't hate on that. Now, did you enjoy your week off?
It had its ups and downs, ins and outs, but, ultimately, I'm not dead or in prison, so that's a blessing.
That's always a positive. I enjoyed it. We went to visit my father. Which is always a good thing. Also, we decided to go to the casino. Try to win some money. Failed. Nah, we didn't actually fail, but we didn't do as good as we wanted to. How about that?
Well, that's about how it usually goes. Either you win or you leave without losing too much. If you leave with losing more than you expected, then you did it wrong. You should never go again.
Yeah, we ended up losing overall $10.
Not a bad time.
Not a bad time at all. But besides that, enjoy seeing my father. Shouts out to my father. And he do got something to say to you because I like to announce publicly that my father did not say what he said when I talked to you. He did not say it that way.
Oh, okay.
He got on to me about that. And he said he gonna talk to you about that. Because I'm definitely was trying to make y'all butt heads since you always got it back.
I always do. I wonder why. Like, why are you lashing out at me? Like, what did I do? Like, stop coming for me.
He didn't say it like that. I over exaggerated just so you could be upset with him. So I could be like, yes, part of the plan.
And it didn't last long. So dreams shut down.
It did.
Well, bring you up on speed on last weekend, was my wife's G-Day, and we went up to Maryland to see her sister. And what do you know? Her brother popped in on us at the restaurant while we was already sitting down. We was already thinking that he wasn't gonna be there, and then boom, him and his wife and kids pop up, and it just made everything, so much better because that's my wife's only siblings, her brother and sister. Mm-hmm. And we ended up missing the Mexico trip because of the whole COVID thing and the protocol that came with being behind it. So it was a good experience overall. We ended up getting to see Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia. Got some pretty good pictures she got some pretty good pictures. And I mean she by saying that I ended up losing my phone. How I lost my phone is that we signed up to go water tubing. I thought the water tubing was literally just us being on like a lazy river inside of a facility. No, we are actually on a river where down the river, it was like people strapping in with helmets and got paddles and shit like that. And like we was like up more so on like the lazy part of it, but I still was unprepared because as I'm out taking pictures and I'm on Snap, just having fun, living my best life, playing music, mingling with different folks and stuff like that. Next thing you know, we're in a water tube. My ass is hanging out at the bottom of the tube. So first rock we hit, I was unprepared for it. Phones in my lap. It shocked me. So I'm like, oh shit. So my phone immediately went overboard. I tried like scraping against the rocks, like trying to like claw myself to slow down going down this river, and I couldn't. I finally decided I'm just gonna roll out. So I rolled out, walked back up the river to try to see if I could find it. I couldn't find it. I'm like tearing my feet up, going over rocks. Either my phone just went with the current or it got trapped on a rock somewhere. So I was literally without a phone for the rest of Saturday, Sunday. I didn't get a phone until I got back Monday evening. Yeah.
Dang.
So, and I wasn't even through paying on that phone. I still owed like $500 and some on that phone because I had just got it, just upgraded. Matter of fact. So,
I remember.
My wife ended up paying the remaining balance of the phone, and I just got a new phone. It didn't cost me really anything besides like the sales tax was like $49. So I do have me a new phone now. I'm back working them, and yeah, that was my terrible experience. Other than that, everything was nice. We saw snipers on the White House. That's pretty cool. Got to walk around. Couldn't really see the Black Lives Matter thing on the street by the White House, but it was there. Like you really had to be like have like an aerial view because like it's so long. Like that whole strip is like they stretched it out. It's not like it was in Charlotte, how it's like literally like a block long,
Right.
but it like literally stretched. And but yeah, Shayla got some pretty cool pictures of it. But overall, it was a good experience. Got to eat some different food. So yeah, it was nice, man.
Well, that is very nice. Well, when we went to where we dropped the kids off, so my dad ended up babysitting both of our kids. Well, yeah, pretty much. So he got a chance to spend time with my son. This is the first time he ever actually my son went over there for him and stayed with him. This is the first time ever. And he's about to turn 8 next month. So it's a very strange experience. But we got time away from the kids, so we went to the casino. We ended up playing a little slots, had us a few drinks, and we enjoyed it. Matter of fact, the crazy thing about it, we used the complimentary rooms that they give you, but the room, is like a room, and then the room next to it got a door in between it.
Right.
Door unlocked.
So you got 2 free rooms? Well, yeah, basically 2 free rooms.
And
nice.
The other room was a deluxe room with a jacuzzi in it. Walk-in bathroom. Walk-in shower. 2 toilets. A king-size bed. All that. That's just adding on to the smoking king-size bed that we had with a walk-in shower and a tub. But that one had a jacuzzi. So we had both rooms. All 3 nights.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was nice. I was naked all week.
Hey, I feel you. I've been we've been the same way literally since the kids left last month. Like this is the most clothes I've had on, and I will not stand up right now.
I'm glad you would, because I can stand up easily because I got kids now. Yeah. All right, let's talk about what happened in the sports world this week since we've been gone. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks because the Bucks did advance to the finals, and as of right now, the Phoenix Suns are up 2-1 against the Bucks. Bucks did win their last game Sunday, and Giannis balled out. I think he ended up having like 41 points and 13 rebounds, 6 assists. Very impressive. They won 120 to 100. That's pretty much what happened in the basketball world. Besides the fact that USA lost to Nigeria, and I just read on here that Patty Mills ended up beating USA too. So they're 0-2.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
But it's not official, so.
Nah, it's not official. It's what? Exhibition game. So obviously they not.
I don't think they call it exhibition, but yeah, it's something like that though.
It's something like it's not a true game. All right. Let's talk about hockey. Hockey, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning on winning the series. The gentleman's sweep by the score of 4-1 in the series. They end up beating the Canadians. Man,
Yep.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Shout out to them, back-to-back Stanley Cup winners.
And another Tampa Bay team won a championship.
Yep.
Because the Buccaneers won, and now Tampa Bay Lightning. All right. Matter of fact, last year, LA did it because the Lakers and the Dodgers did it. So it ain't the first time we've seen it. Let's see. Let's move on to baseball. We got the home run derby going on as we speak. And right now, I think Pete Alonso, Juan Soto, they in the semifinals. They ain't played yet. And they going up against the winner of that will go up against, I believe it's Trevor Story and Massini. Massini is at bat as we speak right now. So those are the final four. Shohei Ohtani did not make it to the final four because he got beat by Juan Soto in a swing-up.
Yep.
So, all right.
Before we go too far, we didn't talk and say anything on UFC. UFC was pretty good this weekend.
Oh, I was gonna say that last. Because I really want to talk about this.
All right.
And I'm gonna pause on this one.
Let's keep going then.
All right, last but not least, let's get with the UFC. UFC. Let's talk about this because I thought they were supposed to happen last weekend because I made my predictions on last weekend. But no, it happened this weekend. So let's go over what happened. First fight between Sean O'Malley. He ended up beating Chris Mutino.
Yeah. Had we been making predictions on this, I would have picked. As a matter of fact, I made some dollar bets with our homeboy Luck, who came up here this weekend to visit me. Just making some dollar bets.
Shouts out to Cortland.
Oh yeah, shouts out. Glad he made it back home safe. You just saw he was on the phone with me a minute ago. He made it back.
Right.
But yeah, I made just some dollar bets with him just for shits and giggles. And yeah, I ended up winning 4 out of 5. The only reason I didn't win the 5th one is because we did not pick between which one? The Gilbert Burns and Stephen Thompson. That's the only one we did not make an official bet on.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, I would have went 4 out of 5, or probably 5 out of 5 had we made the predictions because I did like Gilbert Burns in this one. But yeah, back to the first one. Sean O'Malley did his thing. I thought that it would take less time, honestly, but I mean, he pulled it off.
Well, the reason why it didn't take less time because I got to give a shout out to Chris. That boy is a baller. He can take some punches. This dude, he ended up taking 188 punches.
He did.
He took 188 in the second round. He ended up taking 230 overall.
But Sean O'Malley has never been a powerful punch guy. Never.
Nah, yeah.
He does not have that much power.
But even if he had a powerful punch, I don't think it was going to be that easy to take him out because Chris, he kept going forward. Every time O'Malley gave him a shot, he kept moving forward. I was like, God, how is this man is still up after round 1? Round 1, he gave him 88 strikes. 88 strikes to the face. And the only reason why he got the knockout in the 3rd round is because Herb Dean interfered and stopped the match because he just got tired of dude taking punches. Even though dude still was going forward. He just got tired of him taking all these punches. He seen his face with bloodshot red all over his face. He was like, you know what? We just need to stop this. I mean, we already know that O'Malley was going to win this unanimously anyway. Yeah. That just ended now.
Right.
But I got to give props, man. He definitely won some fans. Chris, he definitely won some fans in that fight.
Yeah, and including myself too. I will be keeping a closer eye on him. I mean, he's 22-7. So I mean, that's somebody to keep under the radar.
And he was a late entry. He only knew about this 11 hours before the fight. That's crazy. All right, next fight between Irene Aldana and Yana Kunitskaya. I know I'm going to get that wrong. Irene won, knockout in the 1st round.
Irene won and did it in the 1st round.
It's not Irene?
No, it's not Irene's.
Irene.
Renee.
She need to be Irene. All right. Move on to the third one.
She can be your Irene.
No. Between Ty Tuvasa taking on Greg Hardy. God damn you, Greg Hardy. I believed in you.
No, you didn't.
You cannot take a punch.
No.
He cannot take a punch. He gave him one good lick in the face. It was over for Greg Hardy.
I honestly didn't even see. I didn't even like when I watched it live. I didn't even see the actual connection in live. Like I didn't see it until they went in replay. I'm like, I thought he just grazed him, but like no, like that was a solid lick, and he can't take a hit.
Nope, Greg Hardy cannot take a lick. That's the reason why he lost. Because Greg Hardy had him on the ropes. He had him on the ropes. Dude countered with a good left hook. Well, good left overhand.
Yep.
And it was over.
Solid. Yeah. I mean, I think he came out a little too headstrong. He came out and exuberated a lot of energy real early.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, because he came out on 100. He literally looked like Russell Westbrook heading toward the basket with 5 people standing right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you sure right about that. All right. This next one between Gilbert Burns and Stephen Thompson, I really can't say too much about it because I did not watch it. But Gilbert Thompson did win by unanimous decision. I was too busy waiting on the main fight.
Okay. Yeah, with this one, I mean, he took a lot of punishment, man. He took a lot, and by a lot, let's say to the sound of 101 total strikes he took to the face, and 3 takedowns. So, you know how they score. So that's easily gonna be a victory.
Yeah, that was easily a victory.
And he controlled 7 minutes of the fight. So
yeah, he did. Speaking of easy victories, let's go to the main event of the evening. Was between Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor, the notorious Conor McGregor. And like the notorious, rest in peace, notorious B.I.G. Conor, you need to kill your career because you don't need to fight again. You lost in the first round. You broke your foot. Okay, I understand it. However, even if you wouldn't have broken your foot, you would have lost that fight.
He lost that round.
He would have lost that round, and then the second round, he probably would have knocked your ass out. I'm gonna be honest with you. You really don't want to fight no more. You just in it for the publicity, for the marketing. You really in it just to get the money. So just go and retire. You're not gonna get no big fights, and if you do, nobody's gonna pick you to win because nobody expects you to win. The last victory you got is against the person who I always say needs to retire, who just somehow don't want to retire. That's Cowboy. That's the last victory you got was against Cowboy. Just retire, man. Just, I mean, come on. Do us all a favor. You making over $400 million off your tequila alone. So you ain't got to work. Money is not your problem. Just do us a favor and retire. Or go box the way Floyd Mayweather boxed now. Just box some YouTube fans or somebody like that.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. As a matter of fact, leading up to this fight, I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers Saturday morning. He works on third shift, so it was a little brief conversation. He's like, who you think gonna win? I was like, I got Poirier. He's like, you don't think McGregor will win at least 2 rounds? I was like, if he wins 2 rounds, it'll be the first 2, and then he could get smothered. But I don't even see. It's so hard for me to say that he would even win 2 rounds, especially the first 2, because I mean his first out of the gate, his first spinning back kick missed. That's what you prepared to come out here to do? You thought that was gonna work? You thought that?
Then he did it 2 more times.
Right. I don't know. But I do agree. He needs to either retire or
Retire.
Yeah, that. Only option.
It's just retire, man. Just stick to the tequila, all the tequila that you make, because obviously you make a killing off that. And
He could probably do something in the fashion world.
Yeah, his suits do be killer.
Yeah.
He can rock a suit. That ain't no joke about that. All right. That'll do it. We caught up. So let's I guess it ain't that much we can talk about when it comes to the baseball, but we can give our predictions on the All-Star game, which is tomorrow.
Right.
In which Shohei Ohtani is the starting pitcher for the American League. National League, Matt Scherzer. He is the starting pitcher for the Washington Nationals. Both of our teams are in the National League. So, Rich, who do you have in the All-Star game?
I got the AL. They just what?
You going up against your own conference.
Has nothing to do with that. What I'm more focused on is the fact of consistency, and the AL has been consistent. You really don't have any forefront leaders out of the NL to even compete. I haven't even looked at the lineup, but let me see. Let me look at this lineup right quick. But yeah, I just think that I think the AL is better, and they should end up taking it home this year again.
I can't believe you, man.
I don't know why you can't believe me, but that's what I'm going with.
I can't believe it. I can't believe you, man.
Yeah, man, this is just like ridiculous.
It is not that ridiculous, man.
It is.
It's
like,
the best of the American League versus the best of the National League.
And I'm looking at everything. Okay, let me go to National League.
You ain't even give him a chance.
Let's see. Anybody from the Rockies? Marquez. Yeah.
Come on, anybody from the Rockies. Yes, you got pitching. Speaking of the Rockies, I want to give a shout out and a disrespect at the same time. Shout out to the Colorado Rockies for sweeping the San Diego Padres this weekend. And also disrespect to the Padres, who I betted with 3 days in a row, and they lost all 3 because they could not beat the Rockies. So, yeah, I had to say that.
All right. And I have to say that as far as, yeah, AL is going to win this. Like,
so disrespect.
Yep, I got AL.
All right, you got the AL. Well, I'm not going to be disrespectful to my conference, and I'm going with the National League. I'm going with the NL. And the reason why I'm going with the NL is because I believe in National League pitching over the American League pitching. Even though Max Scherzer is the starter, in which it should have been Jake DeGrom, but Jake DeGrom do not want to play. So if he don't want to play, we got to go with the second best. Secondly, even though Shohei Ohtani is great, he's a great pitcher, he's a great hitter. He is weak when it comes to pitching than he is when it comes to hitting. So that's the reason why I feel like they would jump on top of him early and they will find a way to win.
Well, I mean, wait, who got started?
Shohei Ohtani. He's the starting pitcher for the American League.
No, for the NL.
Oh, Matt Scherzer.
Scherzer got started?
Yep, because Jake DeGrom is not pitching.
And I see Darvish is a 10-day IL.
Yeah, Darvish might not pitch either.
Okay.
So they are struggling when it comes to pitching because they got some injuries. And also, Ronald Acuna is out for the year. He tore his ACL on Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah. So
but
that
you
does
still got
hurt.
your boy Freddie Freeman. He will be there. He will show up, I believe. He'll do his thing. But I just don't have faith in the NL as of right now.
I believe that the National League will pull through with win. So that's what I'm going with. We was gonna do the home run derby, but right now it's already planned. So we don't want to cheat y'all. We were gonna pick somebody at the beginning. Honestly, I had Mac Olson at the beginning. He already got eliminated first round.
And me, honestly, I had Otani. I just didn't think that his flame would go out. If I would have had to pick a backup, it would have been Mancini.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I think he's in the championship right now. My backup would probably have been Soto. I like his swing. His swing is good. And right now he's going up against Pete Alonso. Look like he's tired too.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. No. Let's move on. Let's go back to some NBA. Now, we done had 3 games so far in the NBA Finals between the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks. So, Reggie, I want you to grade the NBA Finals so far. A being great, F being sucks.
On the finals?
Yep, just the finals. Not no particular team, but pretty much both teams put together and how the end results been happening these past 3 games.
A solid grade.
Solid grade. If you had to grade the NBA Finals so far, what grade would you give it?
Okay. Me personally, I say a solid B minus.
Nice.
B minus, and I'm gonna say that because it's a lot of variables that comes in with it: coaching, staffing, player expectation. It's a lot of stuff that weighs into it. But overall, I think for the first game, the very first game, it was Mike didn't play that game like he should have played that game. Meaning that Giannis is healthy. But as far as like controlling the tempo of it and how to input key players and like you know my disgust with the whole Milwaukee organization anyway. I just didn't feel like he handled that particular game correct. I still have the Suns in 5. I never said Suns in 4. I said Suns in 5. Originally I had Utah in this, but that's without a we ain't gotta revisit that.
I had the Nets, so we both sucked.
Yeah, so I had Nets and Jazz.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with B minus. Just the officiating hadn't been just 100%. It's been questionable calls. I will say that there have been players that have stood out that hasn't stood out before, and they making a name. They doing what they need to do. And shout out to you because you called this. I can't remember when, but you called it by saying that that the addition of Chris Paul to that team should make him MVP worthy. Remember that whole thing we had? So yeah, I think that the addition of Chris Paul to that Suns team that went into the bubble last year undefeated, I think that helps. But he needs to remain as solid as he was. He can't wait and go into the second half to start scoring. He needs to score consistently. He needs to be the facilitator. If he's having an off night, Devin Booker gonna have a awesome night because he's gonna get the ball to him. And as far as Milwaukee go, Milwaukee just needs another person. They need another because Drew Holiday ain't shit. Drew Holiday missed, like, me personally, and this is not me fact checking it, not me. And I'm gonna use that segue to say back to the first game, to where Milwaukee missed a lot of free throws. Well, Giannis, because he was really the only one going to the free throw line. When you missing a lot of free throws, that's not helping you out at all. So I feel like overall B minus to what I expected. Um, because I didn't expect these two teams to even be in there. We haven't seen either one. We haven't seen Milwaukee at all in the finals. And as far as the Suns, we haven't seen the Suns in a long time since the Steve Nash days. So yeah, I'm stick with my B minus, but it's been interesting, none the least.
It's definitely been interesting. And we are so close because you gave it a B minus. I'm giving it a solid B. And the reason for that is because this is something that's not normal. This is something that we haven't seen in a while. This is the first finals we have seen without LeBron James or without a Steph Curry in the finals since 2010 when the Lakers won it. Yeah. So it's been a while. And that's actually a good thing to me. I like to see that teams don't give up just because the superstars are all gathered up together on one team and they just actually trying to dominate. So it is a good thing, even though injuries are the excuses that they will make based on the reason why they did not make it. But hey, somebody has to be healthy. And these are the two healthiest teams that was in the playoffs from the beginning. So it's kind of obvious the reason why they made it to the finals. Now let's talk about the finals. Game 1, in which I predicted the Suns would win, basically because they was at home. And this was Chris Paul's first finals. They did what they supposed to do. Chris Paul balled out. Devin Booker balled out. DeAndre Ayton, who was a surprise, he balled out game 1.
Shout out to Ayton, man. Ayton been balling.
Yes,
let me ask you this right quick If you replace Ayton with Julius Randle, how would that team be as of right now?
I don't think that team would be better. But the reason why is because of the height of Julius Randle. Julius Randle, even though he grabbed boards and he's very strong when it comes to dominating the post, he still lacks height when it comes to rebound. Even though he does get his rebound, he get his fair share. But his height does make a difference compared to DeAndre Ayton. Because DeAndre Ayton rebounds is pretty much because of his height. And the fact that the way Julius Randle played in the first round, I think he probably would have did the same thing and struggled. Even though he was the start on that team, even him being a complimentary piece, he still would have found the way to struggle. Because I just think it was too much for him. It was too much for him that early in his career as being the number one player. Now, I don't believe he'll ever be a number one player in a championship team, but he definitely will be a good number 2. He can definitely be a good number 2, very good number 3. I like Ayton. Ayton fits perfectly because Chris Paul has done this his whole career, starting off with Tyson Chandler when he played back when with the New Orleans Hornets. That's when they was the Hornets. I mean, Chris Paul just lobbed it up to Tyson Chandler and he slammed it every time. That's the reason why Tyson Chandler's career elevated to the point where he ended up winning the championship with the Dallas Mavericks. And he kept getting good contract after good contract after good contract because of what he did early in his career with Chris Paul.
That's true.
Now, game two was different because Giannis did his thing, Chris Middleton didn't, Drew Holiday didn't. That's the only reason why they did not win that game, because he did not have any help. A la LeBron fans speaking to the crowd or preaching to the choir, whatever they want to do. That's exactly what LeBron James fans always say. But on game three, I predicted that the Bucks would win game three because they at home. So far, the home teams have done their job. And the reason why it was a blowout is because he did have help from Drew Holiday. Even though it wasn't too much, but he had help. And defensively, they was able to stop Devin Booker. Now, I don't know if Devin Booker health matters or the fact that he's just struggling shooting the ball. But you can see it in game three that he struggled. I think he went 8 of 24.
Yeah, I think he just struggled shooting the ball. That's all in my eyes.
Because some people want to blame it on the fact that, you know, he had broken his nose, I think, earlier, and he hasn't been the same since. I ain't gonna use that to an excuse for him. I just believe he had a bad game.
That's it.
It happened, especially on the road. So
yeah,
stuff like that can happen. Now, game four will make a difference. Game four is where we need to see consistency.
Exactly. Because if Devin Booker had the same type of game that he had in game three, it's something to look at.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I don't see that happening. I think he'll bounce back. Not saying that he'll have a 30-point game, but I will say that he will do better game four than game three.
Now, who I really think needs to take over is Chris Paul. Chris Paul, this is your one and pretty much only chance of winning the championship. You do not need to rely on everybody else in order for your team to win. You can lead this team to a victory. You need to pull up a performance like a triple-double just to show that you really wants to win this championship. And you definitely need to do it in this game four. Because if not, that means it's a 2-2 tie going to game five. Because to be honest with you, y'all ain't stopping Giannis. Giannis going to put up the numbers that he putting up. There ain't no slowing that down.
But the thing is, who's helping Giannis?
That's the question. Who is going to help him? And them at home make a big difference. Because they confident at home. They are confident at home when it comes to scoring. And the only way you can stop that is by having a great performance on your side of the ball.
From your star.
Yep, Chris Paul. All right. It's a good grade. We're some good teachers. We ain't that bad of teachers.
No, would you get names wrong?
Yeah, we definitely get names wrong. But that's only in UFC. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, we should be able to go we should be accepted on that because not everybody can get all those names right. I know I can.
It's a lot of sports, man.
Yes, it is. Now, what I is about to do is my segment. I ain't done one of these in a while.
You haven't?
I haven't because I was supposed to do one 2 weeks ago, but I was still out of town, so I made it late and I wasn't able to do the show. So it's been almost 3 weeks.
But it's the first one of season 3.
Yes, it is.
3, nigga. We done made it to season 3 without being canceled, blocked, nothing.
Without anybody throwing hate mail at us for our takes of anything. But yeah, this is my take right here. And this is a take that pretty much represents this team right here. My Braves. What should we do? What should we do during this All-Star break? Do we have the chance of still making the playoffs? Now, since Acuna hurt, what is our next move? I've been hearing this for the past weekend. My father has been asking me about this. I have, at work, I have Braves fans at work who ask me these questions. And I'm going to give y'all the same answer I've been giving them. We should do nothing. We definitely should do nothing. This is why. I do not want to risk our young talent on something that could possibly not happen, which is winning the World Series. With the team that we have now, we struggled on offense. We struggled in the bullpen. And we definitely struggled with our closer. Now, since Ronald Acuna, pretty much our star player, out for the year, we don't know what's going to happen to Marcell Ozuna because he still got domestic allegations. We got Travis d'Arnaud, our catcher, who is still hurt. He probably won't come back until August, mid-August. We got one pitcher who punched the wall, who been out since he punched the wall, broken his hand. He should be able to return in August. And we got a pitcher in Mike Soroka who tore his Achilles again, just stepping onto the field. After he's coming back from an Achilles injury, he steps onto the field, tears it again. So with all those injuries, it's pretty much saying, let's just stay the pace. Let's just play the games. Don't try to risk anything. And let's try it again next year. I hate to say that because we got talent and going to the World Series is not guaranteed. Last year, we went to the championship game and we was one game away from the World Series. I don't feel like that we moved a step in the right direction since then, but we can always try again next year. Not saying that I'm giving up on my team. I'm just giving up on making drastic moves to ruin our future for something that possibly can't happen this year. And I don't want to do it. I really don't. So I don't expect us to make any moves before the trade deadline. I expect us to stay the course, just use the players that we have now, and just try again next year. Because I want healthy players to make it next year. And that's all I care about right now is health. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I'm going to do, man. I just wanted to talk about that, knock that out a little bit.
Okay, I'm not sure if I was muted or not, but good segment.
Nah, you wasn't.
Okay, good. Well, in future references, I don't have to be muted unless you talk about WWE. That's the
you will be muted next week.
Okay.
Because I definitely will be talking about WWE.
And you definitely will be muted on Wednesday because you don't know what I want to talk about.
Nah, I don't care. I like being muted. All right. That's the end of season 3, episode 1 of our show. Catch us on Wednesday when we'll be doing more topics, talk about some football, because I got some interesting topics about that. And last but not least, Reggie's segment on Wednesday. And we have a surprise going on for Mustard Shirt Friday. We'll let y'all know more about that in the upcoming days. So until then, give you our salute, and we'll see y'all.
No, season 3. That's a salute. We 3 of them. We 3 of them out now.
We 3 of them, baby. Let me stop using this retarded ass pinky. Let me do this.
No,
see y'all on Wednesday.
No, we want the retarded pinky. Retarded pinky lives matter.
I see it.
Hold on, wait.
I'm throwing up gang sign. You can't throw up that gang sign, can you?
There it is. There it is.
All right.
We out, man. We out. Season 3.
Season 3, baby.